This was Al-Ghazali's final warning to humanity before he withdrew from the world forever. He discovered that your heart is not what you think it is. It's a mirror, and what it reflects is either your salvation or your destruction. What you're about to learn changed the course of Islamic history, and it's about to change your life forever. Picture this. The year is 1095. The most brilliant mind of the Islamic Golden Age, Abu Hamid Al-Ghazali, stands before his students one final time. This man had achieved everything. Fame, respect, wealth, influence. Kings sought his counsel. Scholars traveled continents just to hear him speak. But something had shattered within him. Something he had seen in the depths of his own being that left him trembling with both terror and awe. Before disappearing from public life forever, he left humanity one final teaching. A warning so profound, so disturbing that most people spend their entire lives avoiding its truth. It was about the mirror that beats within your chest. Every morning you wake up and look into a mirror. You see your reflection staring back, familiar, predictable, safe. You adjust your hair, check your appearance, and move on with your day. But what if I told you that you've been looking in the wrong mirror your entire life? Al-Ghazali discovered that there exists another mirror infinitely more important than any piece of glass. This mirror doesn't reflect your face. It reflects the very essence of who you are. It reveals truths about your soul that your mind cannot comprehend, and shows you realities that your ego desperately wants to hide. This mirror is your heart, and most of us are terrified to truly look into it. We fill our lives with noise, with distractions, with endless activities, anything to avoid the silence where this mirror becomes clear. But why? What are we so afraid to see? Al-Ghazali spent years studying this mysterious relationship between the heart and consciousness. What he discovered would make modern scientists pause in wonder. Recent research has revealed something extraordinary. Your heart contains over 40,000 neurons, its own intricate nervous system that processes information and influences your emotions in ways science is only beginning to understand. But here's where it gets mystical. He called it Mirat al-Kalba, the mirror of the heart. Unlike your brain, which analyzes and categorizes, your heart mirror reflects. It shows you not just what you think or feel, but the spiritual reality behind your thoughts and feelings. When your mind says, "I am angry," the heart mirror reveals what that anger is truly reflecting. Perhaps fear, perhaps hurt, perhaps a cry for love. But here's where Al-Ghazali's warning becomes urgent. This mirror, he discovered, can become clouded. It can become distorted, and in the most tragic cases, it can become completely dark. And when that happens, everything changes. Imagine for a moment that you're holding an ancient mirror, one that has the power to show you the deepest truths about yourself. Al-Ghazali taught that this mirror, your heart, can exist in 4 distinct states, each revealing a different level of spiritual reality. The first state is the pure mirror, crystal clear, pristine, reflecting divine light without distortion. This is the heart of the prophets, the saints, the truly awakened souls. When you encounter someone with a pure heart mirror, you feel it immediately. There's a presence about them, a peace, a wisdom that seems to come from somewhere beyond the ordinary world. The second state is what most of us live with, the dusty mirror. Life with all its worries and distractions gradually covers our heart mirror with a fine layer of spiritual dust. We can still see through it, but everything appears slightly blurred, slightly dim. You know this feeling, that sense that you're living life through a fog, that something beautiful is just beyond your grasp, but you can't quite reach it. The third state is the rusty mirror, corroded by years of spiritual neglect, reflecting distorted images that we mistake for truth. This is where suffering multiplies. When your heart mirror is rusty, love appears as possession, success appears as competition, and peace appears as an impossible dream. You're seeing reality, but through a lens so warped that nothing appears as it truly is. But then there's the fourth state, the one that made Al-Ghazali tremble. The black mirror, a heart so clouded, so corroded by spiritual darkness that it reflects nothing but shadows and illusions. And here's the most terrifying part of his warning. The person living with a black mirror doesn't know it's black. They look into their heart and see what they believe is reality. They see a world without meaning, relationships without love, existence without purpose. They think everyone else is deluded, that hope is naive, that spiritual seeking is just wishful thinking. But it's not the world that's dark, it's their mirror. They're seeing reality through a lens so clouded that light itself appears as darkness. Al-Ghazali's warning echoes through time. Every single day that you avoid honest self-reflection, every day that you choose distraction over introspection, the mirror grows a little darker. The dust settles a little thicker. And if left uncaned for too long, the mirror can become so dark that cleaning it seems impossible. But here's the miraculous part. Here's what gave Al-Ghazali hope. Even in his darkest moment of realization, the mirror can always be cleaned. Always. Even a completely black mirror, when lovingly polished, can become pure again. So how do you clean the mirror of your heart? Al-Ghazali left us precise instructions. Practices that have transformed souls for nearly 1,000 years. First, you must learn to recognize the mirror for what it is. Every emotion that arises, every reaction you have to life's circumstances, every judgment that forms in your mind, these are all reflections in your heart mirror. They're not ultimate truth. They're simply what your current state of spiritual cleanliness allows you to see. Second, engage in what he called muhasaba, the daily accounting of the soul. Each night before sleep takes you, sit quietly and look into your heart mirror. What did it reflect today? Was there love? Was there fear, anger, gratitude, jealousy, compassion? Don't judge what you see. Simply observe it with the gentle curiosity of a loving friend. Third, polish the mirror through dhikr, the remembrance of the divine. When you remember that there exists something infinitely greater than your small ego, something more vast than your temporary problems, the mirror naturally begins to clear. It's as if the very act of remembering connects you to a source of light that burns away the accumulated dust of forgetfulness. But here's Al-Ghazali's most profound revelation, the one that shattered him completely before rebuilding him into something extraordinary. When the mirror of the heart becomes completely clean, when every trace of dust and rust has been lovingly polished away, something miraculous happens. The mirror doesn't just reflect the divine light, it realizes that it is the light. The separation between the mirror and what it reflects dissolves entirely. This is why Al-Ghazali's warning was both terrifying and liberating. Terrifying because it means that everything you think you are, your personality, your story, your problems, your achievements, are just temporary reflections in a clouded mirror. But liberating because it reveals that your true nature, your deepest essence, is that pure light itself. You are not separate from the divine. You are the place where the divine knows itself. The clean mirror doesn't reflect God. It reveals that there never was any separation to begin with. Al-Ghazali's final warning reverberates through the centuries. Your heart is a mirror, and what it reflects determines not just how you see the world, but who you believe yourself to be. The quality of your life, the depth of your relationships, the peace in your soul, all of it depends on the cleanliness of this inner mirror. But what Al-Ghazali discovered next about the nature of consciousness itself will completely transform everything you think you know about reality. And that's exactly what we're exploring in our next journey together. Tonight, when you look in your bathroom mirror, I dare you to go deeper. Look not just at your face, but into your heart. What do you see reflecting back at you? Write it down. Share it with us in the comments, because your honest reflection might be the mirror that helps someone else begin to see clearly. And if this resonates with your soul, subscribe not just to a channel, but to a journey of awakening that could change everything.